Hey everybody, Tim Danter here. Just wanted to go through one of these new pay-by-plate kiosks and go through how to make an actual payment. There seems to be a lot of confusion here. I've been downtown Oakville a couple of times and helped a couple of the residents go through the process of doing it. Most important thing to remember here is that when you're actually going to come up and use this kiosk for the first time, you need to know your plate number. So if you've got a bad memory or you're driving multiple cars, it's actually probably a good idea to take a picture of it on your smartphone and keep it there for future reference. Comes in handy if it's going to be raining or snowing out. Keeps you a little bit out of the elements a little less. So let's make a transition here. The first important thing to remember here is that it's $1.50 per hour, and you get to a maximum of 3 hours for $4.50. Now you only have to put this ticket in from Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So Sundays and after those hours you don't need to pay the meter. We're going to start by hitting the valid button, and that will lead us to another screen where we're asked to enter our license plate. So I'm going to enter in my license plate here and hit valid again. And in this case, what I'm going to do when I'm prompted to is I'm actually going to use the credit card transaction. So it will show you which way to put the card in, because there's two ways you can put the card in, actually four if you flip it upside down. It gets to your standard rights screen, and what you do at that point is you hit valid. And it asks whether you want to pay by credit card or by coin. And I'm going to pay by credit card. So what you want to do is you want to make sure the strip is down and to the right, so it looks like that. Quick in and out. Tells you to wait a moment, as usual. And then it asks you to enter in how much time you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually either, if you're going to be down here for the for the 3 hours, what you'd hit is max payment. But I'm not going to be here this long, so I'm just going to hit here for a half hour. So I'm going to use the plus button here and go in increments, and it'll tell me up here that I'm good until 3:05, which is going to be 23 minutes or so on the ticket. Now I've gone up to $1. That's as much as I want, so what I'm going to hit at this point is I'm going to hit valid. It tells me to wait a moment. And as we're waiting here, remember that this is going to be in the database, so you don't need to necessarily put the ticket back on your dash. It's simply a receipt, but it's a good idea to put it back on the dash just in case there's any controversy about whether you actually paid for it or not, and so on and so forth. So that's basically the simple way of doing it. If you're going to use coins, it's a simple way of just entering the coins, and the coins will actually tell you. It's important to watch up here, though, no matter whether you use a credit card or coins, because it tells you the current time, and when you start to add your time in, it'll actually bring up the time to when you're valid for. So that's an important thing to remember. It's as simple as that, folks.